Hi, everyone. Looks like I am live. This is my first ever live stream, and I was doing this largely because I wanted to give you an illustration of how I was successfully able to submit information to the FCC regarding delete, delete, delete. All right, so I'm still learning, obviously, how to do a live stream, and let's see how this all works. But let me see here. So I want to share my screen and kind of take you on a tour of what I looked at. Bear in mind, I do recommend looking up Part 97 of the FCC rules if you also submit something to the FCC regarding delete, delete, delete. Okay, let's see what I have for sharing my screen here. You'll learn along with me, I suppose. Let's see. So select window or screen. I'm going to go ahead and say, I think what I want is entire screen. This is probably going to look fun, but let's see. There we go. So I believe I am sharing. So it probably looked like an infinity view of reflection on reflection at first, but that reminds me of the book about reflections with the standing wave ratio, SWR, and so forth by Maxwell. In any case, so the FCC opens a response to delete, delete, delete. All right, so the FCC has opened a new docket in which the agency seeks comment on every rule, regulation, or guidance document that the FCC should eliminate for the purposes of alleviating unnecessary regulatory burdens. So key word here is every. So that does include ham radio. So amateur radio operators are certainly encouraged to submit their feedback, their comments. Now, be sure to check out the links in the description. You're going to see a lot more information down there. Helpful videos that give a lot more detail than I am here, and some great links that will help you actually submit your own comments if you should so choose. All right, here is the search for the public filings. And what I did is I used the DAFCC number, and that is the same as this right here. You'll notice DA-25-219. Now, there's a few different ways that you can search, lots of ways, in fact, but that's the one that I used. You'll come up with a result that looks something like this. I used the express filing, so I clicked here. That brought up this page. Submit an express comment. Now, again, all these links are in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. I may have saved you a little bit of time. But you put in your name, your email address, your physical address. Now, the FCC already has this information, but just be aware what you are submitting. City, state, zip code. You can even include the +4 ending to the zip code. Now, these are my comments here. Regarding 47 C.F.R. Part 97, my recommendations are as follows. 1, delete the division by mode of operation, CW, RTTY, data, phone, and image within each amateur radio band, and instead allow all amateur radio privileges for each band across the entirety of each respective band. In other words, don't have just Morse code on the lower portion of the band and voice on the upper portion. Let amateur radio operators determine what is the best course of action based on current conditions, how busy the band is, and, general courtesy. 2, delete the current and grandfathered amateur radio license classes, the current ones being Technician, General, Amateur Extra, and the grandfathered, I don't know if everyone realizes this, but the FCC will still renew the existing grandfathered license classes of Novice, Technician Plus, and Advanced, and replace them with 2 streamlined license classes, simply a basic and a standard. Number 3, delete the EIRP, effective isotropic radiated power limitations on the 2200 and 600 meter bands for use within the lower 48 states, because there are some restrictions regarding how close a person is to Russia. and instead match the 1500 watt peak envelope power or PEP limit of the 160 meter band. It's very difficult to achieve a very high EIRP anyway on 2200 and 600 meters, so why not just make it straightforward and simple like with the 160 meter band? And I wanted an email confirmation of my filing. I filed this last night, but I reloaded this for example purposes so I could show you what I did. And sure enough, later that night, I did receive a confirmation that this was in received status and it shall be in disseminated status in the future from what the message told me, which means that it would be public information. And you will notice that there is a box to click down below. Make sure you are in agreement with that statement if you are wanting to proceed. All right, that's basically all I have for you. Just again, be sure to check out the links below in this video. And I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. There we go. Well, thank you, everyone. I'm glad I could do this as a first ever published live stream on YouTube. And I hope that you all have some great ideas that you can share with the FCC and that positive change is coming. Thank you so much. And 73.